Hey, Jenny Jones Digital Growth Hacks Club. I'm excited you guys decided to join me today on this live presentation. We have special guests here. We're going to be talking to two co-founders. So just trying to get set up here, trying to get some things, um, administratively. You guys know I don't like going live. I'm way out of my comfort zone. I always try to do them pre-recorded. I like them edited and clean, but it appears that most of you guys like when I go live because you get an opportunity to ask real time questions, which is cool. I can appreciate that. Again, you guys already know for the YouTube algorithm, if you don't know how it works, the more activity or the more likes or the more comments allows the video to get some extra juice. So I appreciate that. And I definitely want to give some shout out to some of my newest members and some of my existing members. Integrity 2, I appreciate you coming back in, stepping into the fray, and upgrading your account to Super Pack 3. That allows you opportunity to join in my office hours, which is important, right? Because if you join my office hours, you get to pick my brain for an hour. I do that. Um, I think we had decided on every second Saturday for about an hour, and I'm dumping everything when it comes to um, any LTDs, or you want to pick my brain. What's a good LTD to mix with this and mix with that? So again, that's at the Hack Pack 3 level. Um, so that works out as well. So I am my guests are trying to get in the stream again. So until they do that, I kind of want to talk about this year and what's going to happen. They should be joining here soon. We're actually just trying to look. This is difficult to do because a lot of people are in other time zones and different things like that, and just trying to link up the times and all that. That sometimes is a little challenging, but we make it happen. All right, so let me see, where are they at? I was trying to see here. Hey, so I want you guys to start putting some of your comments. What are some of your before we get started here? Um, and we will be discussing Taja this entire hour. But before they get here, and then, like I said, they're still trying to get in. Before they get here, why don't you guys put some of your New Year's resolutions in, or if you do resolutions, or some of the changes, or some of the things you want to do differently this year going into 2024. I got about three things I'm launching that is going to be pretty changing. It's going to be life changing, I think, um, for me and my family if I pull those off. Good morning, Mr. Mark Rodriguez, Mr. Auto Client Care. If you guys know anybody that's trying to become more savvy in selling cars and just learning the whole game, Mark Rodriguez is the man. He is the living legend, probably in his own mind as well. I'm sure he's gonna ding me for that later. So like I said, I'm just trying to wait. They're supposed to be entering, and once they enter in, I will pick them up and add them on Taja. So what I'm gonna do is let me see. Let me see if I can see them yet. Okay, yeah, I don't see them yet, and I know we locked in the time. The time was pretty much locked in and and ready to go. All right, so again, once they join, I'll have them. I'll pick up and I'll add them to the stream. But you guys have any New Year's resolutions you want to put in? We're gonna get in. This is gonna. You guys know I'm gonna ask the different questions, and if you guys have any questions you want to preload in the chat about this particular tool, go ahead and do it. Oh my goodness. DNT Art. D is here. How you doing, D? Hey. D is an old school friend. Old school friend, right? She's one of my first supporters of my channel. It's good to see her here. Man, I'm pulling out all the woodworks this year. This is gonna be an exciting year. Um, let's look. Let me share the word for 24 is consistency. I think is very important. Um, let's look at. Let me. I mean, since you guys are here, because you guys know I always give you the juice. Let me show you a tool that. Well, it's on extended access now, but I'm gonna just bring them up anyway. And again, I've already. Let's share the screen real quick. Since you guys are here, right? I got to give you the juice. You guys know I do not play. I always want to try to. Okay, so all right, so they are here. I'm gonna. Okay, so they just made it here, so I'm gonna be adding them in. But prior to them getting here, let me just share screen with you guys really quick. I want to make sure, as they come on, I just want to share this real quick screen with you guys. Um, so PXMO, I think we talked about this once before. I didn't get into a whole lot of detail with this before Taja and them make it into the studio here. And again, this is not a competing product. This is a product that I've been using. It's called PXMO, and right now it's on extended access, right? So it's on extended access. But what PXMO allows you to do is it allows you to create a presentation actually in the browser. So if people land there, but it's a very interactive presentation. So you can actually do call to actions there. You can actually a person could actually come there and make a purchase there. And if you go, I think I should have a link in my description when I talk about coming to my office hours. I'm using this presentation of PXMO. So I'll probably come back and do this. This has, I think, additional I think it has, this ends in 1 hour. Yeah. So this is just a good tool to look at. And like I said, you can do presentations from here. You can do, a person could actually sign up and or put in their credit card information. And this is a good presentation slide. So I like that. I just wanted to kind of let you guys know one of the tools that I was looking at it towards the end of the year that I thought was pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce one of the co-founders here for Taja, and we'll bring that up. I think the one of the other co-founders, he's still trying to connect in, but let me go ahead and get him on the screen and let me close this out, and we'll go ahead and get started here. So, hi, Mr. Mohammed, how you doing, sir?
Hey, doing well. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. I see Mr. Miller still trying to get in. I don't know what the connection is like there. I am just getting back into town. I got into town really late last night. I was out. I was like, man, I forgot I had it at 8. I thought I moved it to a later time, but my wife was like, don't you have a live stream this morning? I was like, oh crap, I do. So I want to appreciate you for joining us here as Taja, and let me add in Mr. Greg
Greg's in?
Miller here.
Nice.
Yeah, Greg is
Okay.
here. Hello, Mr. Greg Miller. So, hey, listen, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna allow you guys to come in your own way. Either one of you guys can kind of give us just a quick elevator pitch of what Taja is. I'll pull it up on the screen and we'll talk about it. We'll go through some of the elements. And again, I want to welcome you guys to the show. Listen, my audience, they're going to be hitting you guys with peppering you guys a lot of questions. I think some people have got it already. I've already introduced it to a lot of my audience already. Some people are like, what does it exactly do? Why is it different? Should I add it to my toolkit this year? And so I'm going to allow either one of you guys, if you guys want to take off, I'm going to, and I'll be moving the screen around because I'll be trying to bring up photos of it, and I'll actually probably maybe even share my Taja account just to kind of show some things, or if you guys wanted to do that, it's up to you guys. So, and again, I'll welcome you guys to the show. We'll be here for about an hour. We'll be answering questions. I'll be asking you guys questions. So that's kind of basically what we'll do. So again, I'm glad to have you guys here to join me. So either one of you guys can kind of just give the people just a elevator pitch of what is it, Taja, or I keep saying Tada, right? I like saying that, but so which
Yeah,
one is it, Taja or Tada or
yeah, it's called Taja.
okay?
It means crown.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
because that's the whole Crown logo. Okay, Crown
yeah,
in
yeah.
what? Crown in what? Is it like a different language, or I mean,
It's like Arabic.
okay, Arabic for crown. Okay,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So okay,
So
all right.
we
So
actually named it after it's my mom's name, so we named it after my mom.
okay, gotcha. So it has some significance there. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right. So listen, either is it is it Mohammed or Abram or
Ibrahim Mohammed.
Ibrahim? Man, I
Yeah.
got to call you something short. I don't want to jack it up.
You call me Ebe, whatever works.
All right. I'm gonna call you Eve. Greg Miller, his is pretty good. I can get his. All right. So
Yeah.
either
So
one,
Greg, why don't you give
yeah, give
give
us
the
a little elevator there, Greg. And they'll be hitting you with questions, and I'm gonna be
Sure.
looking at all the questions and taking notes. And obviously I'm gonna put my affiliate link in there for people who want to pick it up. So we'll go from there. But go ahead and take it away there, Greg.
Sure. Yeah. So Taj is trying to be the best AI platform for creators, and so right now, what we've just launched with this latest product is helping YouTube creators optimize their content and work with their last mile to publish initiatives. So making that as easy as possible. So a lot of people have to spend an hour basically figuring out how to title, description, chapters, tags their YouTube content after they create a video, and our AI makes that as simple as possible. But we've got a lot of kind of a big vision about making kind of the best AI products for content creators in general. We think the creator economy is going to be the best kind of growing market over the next 10 years. And so right now we're just trying to make the best products for people to be able to win their time back and take a piece of content that they've worked hard on, and then be able to seamlessly upload that to get the best titles, descriptions, hashtags for YouTube. But we got a lot of stuff planned over the next year, and so yeah, we're excited to be here, and appreciate you taking the time, Jenny, for allowing us to show off what we've been working on.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys coming along. Of course, I obviously have a YouTube channel, but a lot of people don't know that I run 3 YouTube channels, right? A lot of people don't know that because that's a different audience, right? So that's
Mhm.
what I appreciate in the power of YouTube. And so you guys are basically so underneath the bottom, and then what I tried to explain to people when I first ran into Taja is it's the first tool that has been built since AI has kind of taken over. This tool is built from the ground up with AI is intention, right? There are some other tools that are out there, but they're trying to do a poor man's implementation of AI. And I'm not downing those tools. I'm just saying I can see the vast difference when I pick them both up. And I can see how you guys kind of built it from the core, from the ground up with AI. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Yeah. So a lot of the products we use are actually just kind of wrappers for ChatGPT. You'd be
Right.
better off just getting a ChatGPT subscription. And the key difference there is that for us, as you mentioned, we started with kind of ground up AI, and so we do a lot of kind of data scraping to be able to give our AI context. So we go out and understand, for at the moment you add in your YouTube video link, we do a lot of basically background processing to figure out, okay, what is trending on YouTube right now? What is your audience care about? We go very deep into the content niche that you're in, as well as understanding the type of branding and messaging that your channel uses. And then we've actually fine-tuned our own AI models, so you wouldn't be able to have access to them from just using ChatGPT. So that's why our output is better than anything else on the market, and that's we take a lot of pride in making sure that our AI, basically every time you use it, it's going to give you stuff that you'd say, I would write that. This is better than what I could do. It's like having a co-pilot. If you were to go out and bring on somebody onto your team as a full-time kind of SEO expert for YouTube specifically, that's
Hmm.
kind of the bar we're going for. So those
Wait,
are
wait,
some of
wait,
the ways
wait.
that we're different than.
Slow down here. Slow down here. you're going, once I put my YouTube channel in and get it integrated into Taja, you're doing some background work. Is that what I think that's kind of what you told me. Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
exactly. Yeah, appreciate you stopping me if I'm going too fast.
No, it's not that you're
So
stopping too fast. It's just that
yeah,
that surprised me. I'm like, whoa.
100%, absolutely. So our bar kind of golden standard is these would be everything you'd see that Taj would output. We're trying to be, you'd look at the content and say, hey, that's in my voice, that's authentic to my brand and into the content, and even better than what I could produce. And to be able to have an output that is that high of quality, we have to go into the background and basically understand what is trending on YouTube, what's trending in YouTube for your content niche, understanding your past. We look at every one of the videos you've posted and
Do you
understand.
guys? Are you just? Is that a marketing? Are you guys really do that? Because that's.
Oh, we really
I'm
do
impressed.
that. Absolutely,
yeah, it really does that.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of. I'm not gonna. I don't want to sound cheesy here. I kind of figured that, and without you guys even, I was like, man, how did they kind of know this is what? Okay, I like that. So you guys heard it here, right? I haven't heard it anywhere else. They're kind of giving us some of the ingredients of the background and some of the things that it does. And I thought you guys did something different. Now what I will tell you is there's another product that where I was a little frustrated. They gave me the opportunity to create my chapters, but I had to go through each step. And I says, oh, here's when I talk about the overlay. And then I have to write in there, stop right here, add overlay. Then I would add what I wanted it to be right on my own manually. Whereas when you guys, I put it in, I was like, oh, I can fall in love with this tool. And it's allowed, and I know my you guys can put it in the chat room. They're going to be honest with you because I do long videos and I try to do short videos. They always start out, all right, this is a 3-minute video. Then it's like 17 minutes later because I'm always going into the detail. And they're like, why don't you just put chapters? I was like, listen, man, I don't have time to put chapters. Man, just take the content, right? And then I got Taja. Now all of my videos have chapters. Now everybody's spoiled. So tell me about, and it gets the chapters and it gets it right. And it says, hey, we're going to start talking about this, going to talk about that. What was your guys' vision behind, chapters? Or you just put everything on a whiteboard and just decided, hey, what do creators need? So let's talk about chapters here real quick.
Yeah. So a big part for us is like we constantly talk to customers. Jay, we've been on a couple calls and all that. So we constantly get feedback from them about the product, how it is, all that type of stuff. So one big thing that we always heard was, hey, chapter, especially for long form YouTube videos, is chapters is a huge pain point. It's so time consuming. I have to go back and figure out what these timestamps are, what the title is, all that type of stuff. So we saw that it was a common theme of a problem, so we sought out to solve it. We prioritize that in our roadmap to adjust the output of what the chapters are, and have really what we think is based on what we've seen is the best chapters model out right now.
It is. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, man, this thing is fire, and it kicks it out pretty fast, and I appreciate that. So I'll allow you guys an opportunity, right, to tell me what do you think is the best features of Tajik? Because you guys don't have a ton of features, but it seems like you're kind of. And we'll talk about what you think you may be doing later, or if you may not want to disclose some of your secrets you're working on in your back office. But what would you think right now is the best feature you think of Taja? And I'll probably either echo it. I'll say, oh, I think I like this. So tell me what you guys think that you've heard a lot of feedback from. What's your best feature you think that you guys are offering?
Yeah, I'll go first from like a specific feature. I would say the description in chapters. What everyone talks about is like, this is just amazing. I love this output. I really have to do little to minor tweaks on it. But I would say even granular than that, it's the design. So we take very much pride in figuring out what are the signals versus the noise of what creators need in order to be successful on social media and to grow their brands. So we take much pride in that, and then making sure that we're designing and developing flows within our product that are all practical and are very helpful for creators. And so, from a granular standpoint, I would say our design and how we think about, we want everything to be intuitive, but we want everything that we put into the product to be, you look at it and you're like, I need this. This is very practical for my workflow, and it helps me a lot. So a big part too is like us figuring out what are the signals versus the noise for creators, and then developing them out in an easy to use way that they can interact and they love the output around it.
Nice. Anything you want to add to that, Greg?
Yeah. I would say going off of that would be my favorite thing as well. And I think what we do better than anybody else is just make it intuitive and actually enjoyable to end up, taking a piece of content and getting all the things you need to publish, which, we've all used, I'm sure a lot of people in the audience have used some of our competitors. They've got kind of feature overload. Some of it's helpful, some of it's not. And so we're trying to be the best kind of packaged, product where this is all, it should feel like magic, and it should be fun and enjoyable to use. And so that's, I can tell you, even I spend a lot of time trying to think through how to make this, easy, intuitive, and enjoyable. And so I think that comes through on the design, but that's something as well that we really appreciate everybody's feedback. We try and talk to as many customers as possible. So the design and basically making that something that, anybody from the first day of YouTube creator to somebody who's experienced can use it and not have to have a lot of instructions and get outputs that they look at that and say, hey, that won me back an hour of my time. I would say the design and kind of flow is it would be my favorite part of our product, and what I think is most important.
Now, no, those are good areas. Now, talk me through. I mean, because I think your prompt selection. I think you guys only have 4 or 5 prompts, and tell me the idea, because I'm trying to answer the prompts from my perspective. Like, so I think your prompts is one do you guys know the prompts offhand where you have to figure out, hey, I want something controversial, or I want something. Yeah. Can you guys tell me that, and then tell me if there's any coming along, or let me see if I could probably just kind of share so people can see what I'm talking about. But you can go ahead and start trying to explain that. And then I think we had a question come in as well, and then let us know if there's any prompts coming along. Does that?
Sure.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
Just when you come into Taj's interface, you add your video. We have a flow of like, you add the link to your video in, and then you can add keywords or context. So this is like a sentence or two about what the video is about. Mm-hmm. Jenny, just click the add YouTube video at the top.
Right here.
Yeah. And then keywords or context, that's optional, but we recommend you add a sentence or two about what the video is about.
Right.
But then from a prompting standpoint, Jenny's also talking about tone. So we allow you to control your output into what the voice is into the voice that you would like your output to be in. So if you want it to be, one of these 5 options of professional, controversial, minimalistic, a combo of both, but make sure if you do use a combo that it's a combo that makes sense.
I tried to throw it off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I said, let me see what happens if I mix in uplifting with controversial, right? It's like, you want it to uplifting controversial video.
So make sure if you do multiple, they make sense, but you're able to control the output. We are looking at adding more tones here, and we're also looking at adjusting this to add more filters. So instead of it saying tone, it says filters, and then you can now select the wide array of things. So right now, we're looking at developing out languages, so you can select the language you'd like your output to be.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's good. So I think you answered my second question too. I asked you was more coming. You guys said, don't overwhelm people where you click on tone and it gives you like 50 different things. And I think what would be good, right, is like the little help file here, mixing uplifting with professional is good, or professional with that, some of the best use cases or whatever. But if you're going to add more, I would be like, hey, and you hover over, the little help window here where that says that. I think if you select clickability, hey, clickability is, this is what people use in the general use clickability with that, but add clickability with professional and see what other kind of magic you may get with that or something like that. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that I'm a contributor, but I'm just saying I do use the tool.
No, this is all good because it helps us look at how you think when you're using it. And, we're probably not the only one thinking that way. So it helps us to understand what, if we need, what we need to add or adjust to ensure that, you're able to understand it without ever having to interact with support or any one of us. You can just get this design perfectly.
Now, I don't know if I understood. I don't know if I've ever asked this, but I can't just do any old video, or can I? Right? Or I just got to do the videos that's in, I think is it draft mode, or they can't be live? What is that again? Or is that, can I only do my own videos? I think is the first question. That's the first question, right? Can I only can do my own channel, or can I do other channels? That's just
no, you could add, up to 4 channels. And so if you could select any video on YouTube and then add it in there. And then Taja will pull in all the channel context we were just talking about earlier. And you can just add up to 4 channels worth of videos. But you can do any video on YouTube.
I guess that was my question.
Multiple channels. And it just has to be unlisted or public.
Okay, so that was my question. Yeah, so can I do any video? That was the one question. So I can do any video on any channel. It's like, why would I be doing work on other people's channel? But if I wanted to gather so you can do that, and then I can have.
Or if you're managing multiple channels, and you don't have to do any additional setup. You could just pull in those videos on those channels and use Taja for them as well.
Nice. Okay, so now you guys have this mode. I want to say it's new, and maybe it's still in beta. Let me see. I don't even know if I can get there because I've just heard you guys, and I've seen it come across my feed once or twice. But it's where you go back and kind of add juice to your old videos. What is that called again?
It's called Backlog Boost. So you can actually go to it by clicking on the logo or dashboard.
So let me click here.
Backlog Boost, it's a way to click Manage Channels, select your channel that you and then
do I have to go there already, or I have to already be in there, or what?
Yeah, click on the channel.
No? Okay.
Oh, sorry. No, just click on the channel.
Oh, okay.
And then Backlog Boost is right there. But it's a way for Taja to go through your catalog of videos onto your channel and then recommend analyze your channel and recommend videos in your catalog that have low SEO scores that you should revive. So,
Jenny, so I have to click. Do I have to click on that here?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Because I've been out of town for about the last week and a half, and I seen it coming. And you guys said, "Hey, we got this backlog boost." So, let me see what that's about. So, what you do is, does it goes through my catalog and finds out which ones, or just does them all? Or what is it?
Correct. Yeah, no, it goes through every single video you've published. And we basically can understand, okay, these are 5 videos that they have good content. The video could have done even better if you had, even more SEO optimized titles, descriptions, chapters. And so we just do an internal kind of Taja score. And then these are the 5 top ones that we think have a good opportunity, where if you made, re-optimized it, YouTube's algorithm will actually re-index it, and you should be able to get more views.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have to look into that.
All you do is just click revive video, and then it will automatically sync that link to our work, to the optimization flow.
All right.
So you just click revive video.
Yeah, I'm going to do that really quick. But what is the Taja score is what? That's, you don't have to give me the secret sausage or anything like that. But basically what you're doing here, you're the Taja score.
Yeah. We're looking at, a bunch of things, but predominantly this would be a video that we think should perform better given your normal kind of views and the topics and content that are in the video.
Nice. So 1 is obviously bad. Is that?
Yeah.
This has a
100.
So it has a 1. Okay. So all of these here have 1s. Okay. So are we going to do a live here? Let's see. Digital growth. All right. Let's revive the video. let me see. Let me just put agency here. This is something I did real quick. I actually remember doing that. So, all right, we don't want it to break live here. We're going live here. So, so I'm gonna go professional here, and then I'll hit optimize. So, as that's running, right. So, I also want to talk about. Let's look at what kind of questions we have here. But I also want to talk about one other thing here. Let me see what kind of questions we have. Oh, we got a lot of questions here. All right. So Mark Rodriguez says, how does Taja support different types of content creators such as vloggers, educators, or businesses in their unique content strategies? So I guess with that, this is how does it support different types of content creators? So does it do it doesn't so I think you kind of answered that, because it kind of goes through your own channel and kind of analyzes, and then it doesn't single you out and say, hey, you're an educator or you're this. It just kind of takes on the intelligence. It borrows the intelligence of what kind of videos you're kind of putting out already, and kind of keeps you on that path. It doesn't single you out and say you're an educator, you're a how-to channel. Tell us a little bit about that. I think you may have answered that a little bit already. So that's from Mark Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So, go ahead, Eve.
Go ahead, Greg. You got it.
Okay. So, Taja, one of the reasons, we built it was so that we could have individual, outputs of content that are authentic. And so, what we talked about earlier, we do a lot of this background kind of the data scraping, and part of that is understanding the individual persona of the people that would, are watching your content. And so, if you're a vlog, you're going to get different outputs for all the things you see for titles, descriptions, all those things than somebody else's content, because that's two different content niches. And so, we have deep understanding of basically what your content is about and who watches that content and what keywords resonate with them. So all the content, all the output is extremely individual.
Yeah. And then the only channels that Taja is able to handle, many channels, even, different languages, all that. But the only thing that it's just, it wouldn't be beneficial for is language, or is content with little to no commentary, and stuff like music, gaming without any commentary. All those types of things are not beneficial. You're not going to get the most out of Taja, because it's pulling a transcript to analyze it.
Oh, so it's pulling a transcript. So this particular video that we're doing right now, we're doing a lot of talking, we're doing a lot of analyzing and talk. It's taking that transcript and kind of mixing that in with some SEO juice and some other stuff, and kind of making it more of an intelligent video. Okay, I see what's going on there. Okay, so I guess that answers that question. So let me see what else before we look at this output. What challenges did you face in integrating AI with content creation, and how did you overcome them? Yeah, that's
I mean, there's a lot. This is, that's why a lot of the products that you see are just wrappers to ChatGPT, because that is much easier product to build. And so for us, it took an enormous amount of iterations to get quality, to get kind of the output that is at our kind of quality standard. And so AI is great for a lot of things, but being consistently good across all types of content in all languages is tough, and it just takes a lot of time that Eve and I, and we're making changes, hopping on calls with customers, and trying to make it better. So I would say it's just a kind of a exercise in grit and perseverance to just try and make it better. But AI has its pluses and minuses. So we've learned a lot building this.
I think also, like, even when we launched this in July of 2023, so pre to that, we started looking at AI in December, and so from December to July, we were doing discovery of like a basic bare bone demo, and trying out many different things in the creator economy, from like clips to scripting to a whole bunch of a wide array of just services that we were looking at for AI in the creator economy. And we were trying to identify like what's that nice to have from the must have.
Sure.
And so, we found that every creator, no matter their size, struggles with this. So that's why we set off with, trying to create the best product for last mile publishing. And then, we'll branch into other things, but that's kind of why we picked this problem. And then, like Greg said, it was after that, so like a bunch of iterations to improve it and make sure the quality is up to par.
Okay. All right. James Hicks says, "What's up, Imbram? Do you know him? I don't know if you know him or
Yeah, I
not."
know James. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. James, don't be trying to come on my show. You didn't say, "What's up, Jenny?" You just come in here and just, no. No, it's all good. No, I appreciate you guys joining. We'll take a couple more questions in a few. So let's see what happened with our optimized video that we're trying to revive here. All right. So we need to definitely go through this because this is one of the things I wanted to talk about. So this is a re-optimize. We re-optimize it a little bit, change the title, join our founders roundtable, elite agency growth. Okay, so this gave me a viral. So this took me from a viral score of 1 to 100, right? So this is the new title that's saying, hey, this is the title that you guys have selected to go with. Tell me a little bit about this strategy here. Whereas I might like this title better, but you guys are saying this one would do better. Tell me that, because I've seen some was like, oh, this is a really good one. I like this, but it's saying, hey, you have a viral score of 100 if you use this one. Tell me the methodology or the thinking behind this right here, or the best use case.
Sure.
Or, yeah.
And I can tell you first as well, like this is something over 2024, kind of doing more predictive stuff where this is an area we're getting better at. But to answer your question, after we do our kind of, our AI does its title generation, which, is understanding what the content is about with transcription, what the channel is about, and trying to make authentic titles. Then we have another AI that has good understanding of, your audience, what keywords are currently trending, and we basically do a correlation of which titles have the most, the best keywords and are right in the sweet spot for your audience persona, and that ends up being kind of the viral score. But yeah, we've gotten that feedback as well from other people that say, options 3, 4, and 5 sometimes have, are more appealing to them, and so this is something as well we'll be working on over the next year.
Okay. So, all right. So this is what it did. This is how each one of them looked. This is if we did this here. That's if we selected that one, and if we selected that one. Okay. So
the purpose of that section is just to show you a preview of what it would look like published on YouTube. A big part is like you don't, a lot of times like titles are too long in characters, so they get cut off.
Yes.
So this is just a way for you to see what it would look like if it was on YouTube, and just to see that, if there's a cutoff point and where it is, so that you can pick which title you like.
I think this is an underestimated feature, right? This is an underestimated feature because you have to play around with it sometimes, right? When you're trying to create it on your own, you say, oh man, it cut it off and it makes it continue here. This kind of gives you an idea. So this is an underestimated feature. I like that. What's okay, so I guess I was wondering what these views was about, but those are the scores. And I was just wondering, that's just showing you what the views would be, but you're using the scores and it displays. Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, it's not an indicator of here's how many views you're going to get. It's just like a placeholder for you to see a preview.
Yeah. No, I like that. That's pretty genius there. I like that. So then this is some pretty darn good content here. Right. And then you have the little chapters, even though it's only 2 minutes long, right? You still got the chapters there. I think that's pretty good. So these are the tags. So the tags come from what are already being used, or SEO, or what are the other tags people are using? People don't think they still, I mean, YouTube said some time ago, hey, tags are not as relevant anymore. But I'm going to tell you, they still put tags in there for a reason. Right. They're not saying, hey, no longer use tags. Don't try to trick me, YouTube. Right. But I think I used to be heavily tag. I think they used to rely heavily on tags, but I think they reduced the reliance on tags, but tags are still important. You guys know anything about that? Or that was just a sneaky question I kind of snuck in there. You guys have any background on tags?
Well,
go ahead, Greg.
Yeah,
go ahead.
We don't have any inside information from the
any
YouTube
inside.
team, but hey, it's a another field that they give us to optimize. So I would say don't neglect it, and we're trying to make it as possible so you don't have to sit around trying to think about it. But how they're generated, again, we have the context from the video. We look at what's relevant, what are trending keywords related to that, and then we just try and create tags that are authentic. It's the same recipe as make it as easy as possible. And again, we don't have any kind of insider knowledge of how important tags are from a YouTube standpoint, but we know that it's a field they've left there, and you might as well.
It's still there for a reason. Trust me, even though they said not to. Hey, so I want you guys to take this opportunity to just give me a thumbs up on this video if you're enjoying it so far. We're gonna get into a couple of more questions here. Again, so all right, so now this is appropriate, right? So had one of my longtime listeners, Tall Boy, he asked a question. Tall Boy's question is like, hey, is there a way to get the thumbnails to showcase Black or Latino images as opposed to Caucasian images, right? And so what he's saying is, are you just borrowing? I mean, are you guys just kind of taking what the AI give you, or do you have to? Because right here, if we generate thumbnails, which I'm going to do, what he's saying is it's not really giving you any ethnics. It's just kind of mostly predominant on Caucasian. Can you guys speak to that? Are you not really sure, or just based on what you guys are using?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Abe.
Yeah, we're Greg will give you like a more in-depth technical of like what the possibilities are. From a abstract standpoint, we're working on optimizing the thumbnails. It's currently in beta, but we did release a way for you to use Canva Pro and download the thumbnails from Taja to then take it into Canva Pro and then be able to swap out the faces in the Taja thumbnail with your face or whatever face you desire it to be, and create the perfect thumbnail in under 5 minutes.
We saw that. I checked out that video. It was quite interesting. I was like, oh, this is a good idea. That's on the scope of this video, right? But if you guys you can drop the link to that if you want, either you or Greg or Ibram, if you
click generate thumbnail, it'll pop up.
Oh, okay. Oh, the actual how-to video?
Unless you click never show me again.
No, I didn't.
Then it won't pop up. But yeah, Greg, if you could just please allude to like more of the technical.
Yeah, sure. So part of this is the way the actual thumbnails are generated.
Sure.
This is kind of an interesting topic right now of, trying to get a lot of the image generation AIs are trying to make sure that they're, basically showing lots of diverse, final images. And so a lot of this stuff is, even if our AI is trying to say, hey, show these types of people in the image, that isn't always followed. But I can tell you that's something, you mentioned it, this is in beta. We wanted to be able to get something out to be able to help people with not having to think about the concepts, just kind of be inspirational. And we're working hard to make sure that these things can be, fully usable, or 95% of the way there. But there's a whole host of reasons it's probably coming out with images that aren't perfect, but we'll be working on it.
All right, so here's what we got here, right? So I guess since we're talking about the founders roundtable, they kind of give you the idea and the concept behind that. And I think what you were talking about is because AI, I definitely noticed a lot of the the spelling is off. It kind of wants to give me round, but it's giving me ROL. It should be giving me ROU. And I think what you guys are saying is, did he give it to me, or did
no,
you said it was a video?
You might have clicked never show me again.
Did I? Because I don't did I click? I don't know. I think I viewed it. Actually, I think I viewed it, but I think I may have saved it or something.
Okay, I'm going to put it in the chat right now.
And so that, I guess we'll come back. I mean, if a person wants to look at that. So basically what you're doing here is you would click on this, and then you would download this, and then go into Canva Pro, then upload it in there. Right. And then you could do your editing and break out from there. Okay.
Yeah. You basically, you download it, you go to Canva, upload it there, click on edit photo. you're clicking on YouTube thumbnails, edit photo, and then you're clicking on magic text, which then will identify the text in the image and then allow you
that's right.
to delete it. And then once that's done, you could click on magic grab, which will identify objects or people in the video, and then in the photo, and then you could delete those people and insert your photo that you would like of yourself or whatever image you're going for, and then click background remover, crop the image to the type of scale that you want it to, and then your thumbnail is ready. But I know there was multiple steps, but that whole process takes under 5 minutes.
Okay. Nice. All right. So again, I am Tallboy, right? Check out his channel. He does his text. He does all the, he talks about all the tech stuff out there, right? He goes to the CES show, and so he always has these different ideas. That was a question way out of left field, but it's a good question. So thank you. I am Tallboy. So yeah, he puts on a big production of, he goes out, interviews people of these different new tools, the latest mouse that's coming out. He talks about all this other stuff. So I appreciate him chiming in there. So Taja's plan 4 is unlimited YouTube channels. That's what Charlie Mills is saying. Is that what's going on here for that? Or do we need to switch back to that? Or you guys want to talk about that? Or you guys want to move forward on that? Or just, is it a unique opportunity for people to pick it up, to pick up the tier 4? Or you guys want to talk about that? Or you guys want to move on? I'm just asking.
We don't have any plans of how long we'll be on AppSumo, but from a channel standpoint, just so we're clear, Taja allows you to have up to 10 channels on one account. Only 4 can be active at one time. So you could delete channels and add channels, but you're able to have up to 4 active at one time. But and that's basically the premise of the channels. You're able to have unlimited amount of videos that you could optimize.
Okay.
From those channels.
All right. So let me see what other questions we had. Now, do you guys want to, and like you said, you don't know how long you're going to be there. So get the deal. I think I've already put that in the chat already, and I'll put another link in there as well. But so you guys don't know how long you're going to be there, but if you guys want to pick it up for this unbelievable deal, I already put another link in there to my affiliate link. I appreciate that. That supports the channel, allows me to continue to get up early when my wife says, are you still sleeping? And I get up early. I says, oh, well, I'm going to put my affiliate link in there, honey. I have to get up, sir. So you guys know, use my link if you get an opportunity. That's just a what another way of saying, hey, use my link. All right. So let me see. Regarding chapters, Gamey asked, regarding chapters, does Taja just indicate their time code, or are they automatically inserted into the video at playback?
So YouTube automatically does that. So when you say you copy and paste the description and the chapters into YouTube will automatically pick up on your chapters and then crunch them up itself.
Yeah, I think that's an embedded type of code within their description. If you put, I know they said if you start with the 00, if you start with the clock 000, or you start with chapters and then 00 colon 00, then it knows to pick up the rest as chapters. Or I think that's kind of embedded in there, but you guys allow us to do that. Will Taja eventually replace TubeBuddy or vidIQ? That's a good freaking question, Indy86.
That's up to the market to decide.
I was going to say, that's up to you guys, man. Go pick it up and then you'll figure it out.
We're trying to just create the best product for creators. And what we think is the whole market and everything you have is overwhelming. Like, even if you look at YouTube, it's overwhelming in analytics and all that. We just want to provide you with, here are the key things that you need to be successful. And we want to make that an easy way to use, and that your workflow just gets 10 times more productive as a result of using Taja. But whether or not we beat TubeBuddy or vidIQ is up to the market.
That's up to you guys. Go pick it up and go ahead, Ember.
Yeah, we're just going to keep doing the same process of talking to customers, make sure we're building out the right things that are impactful. But yeah, the market will decide.
I think that's important because you guys are still a young company, so I think you guys, the users, can help influence and shape the perfect tool that you need to. Right? You go to a TubeBuddy or a vidIQ now, they're 3,000-pound gorillas. They're like, we may implement that, we may not, but I think right now that we can help shape the Taja tool by giving those feedbacks. And Ibrahim, he's connected with me on several occasions. And hey, Jenny, what can we do better? How can we make this better? Because you guys know I'm a YouTube fool. I'm always on here. I'm thinking about, oh man, if I can do this, if I can do that. So I appreciate that. I appreciate them connecting with me, but they connect with any other users and it says, hey, what do you want us to do? What do you want to see us do? What do you want to see us add? What do you want to see? So I appreciate that. You guys better talk to them now, because once they become big time, they're not probably going to return my calls and stuff.
No, we got the process worked. We're going to continue to do it. We're never going to get it. We're never moving away from talking to the customer.
Yeah. I mean, they tell you what
workflow.
They tell you what's okay. So, this is a good question. I think I did use you guys. It's just, how can this tool help for just shorts content?
Sure. Same way.
Our pool asked that question. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're able to just upload your short to YouTube, make sure it's unlisted. Mm-hmm. And then you take it into Taja. Same workflow as like optimizing a long form video. Mm-hmm. The only difference is your output is just going to be mainly it's going to be a title and then hashtags. So your title is going to have hashtags in it at the end of it, and then the description will be the title with your top hashtags that you should put in there. So the output will be different though.
Okay. All right. So don't forget to give the thumbs up. You guys are hanging in here with me. Gosh, you guys are really turning out for these lives. I think I probably should do more. Should I do more lives in 2024? You guys can comment. Let me know. You can comment below. Let me know. Mark Rodriguez, very active user here. He asked, and there's one other question. Because every time we do lives, I kind of want to get the questions of the people. I think I've gotten most of my questions answered. And I'm a tier 4, so Taja could confirm that. And one thing about my tools is I eat my own dog food. I don't be up here telling people, oh, buy this tool. But no, man, I buy it. I use it. Right. And that's, I think a lot of people like that about the authenticity of my channel, because I do eat my own dog food. So I have a tier 4, but I'm a heavy YouTube user, and I appreciate that fact. And it's helped me out a lot. It really has. And I'm not just saying that. I've went back through a couple of my channels, dropped in my channels, and it's definitely good for lives, right? Because lives can go on for about an hour, but just to kind of get to some of the salient points or the meat of the actual video, I think is very important. I'm able to do that. So Mark Rodriguez says, without giving away too much, what future features and improvements are planned for Taja, and how do you see it evolving in the next few years? I think that's what Mark asked. You don't have to. We don't have to give any trade secrets away.
Our goal is to become the best productivity creator AI tool. So what that means is like all the stuff in your workflow as a content creator that is just really time consuming, such as like optimizing and all that. We want to become the best product at helping you further enhance your workflow. Okay. That's abstract, but not getting too into the deeps of like what
Quit trying to get in some trade secrets, Mark. Mark's brain never stops thinking. So
yeah, that's what we're trying to do. So we always welcome feedback and feature requests, all that type of stuff. So even as you're using the product, if you see anything that you're like, hey, I really need this, I really would love this would help me so much, please reach out. We're always taking feedback and trying to understand, what the market's looking for, so that we're building it the right solution for it.
So what's this? So let me ask you this, right? There is no guarantees if anything goes viral, but it sounds like you guys, when I first was introduced to you guys talked about this. You guys have this do you guys got any kind of viral juice or something you picked up? Or if you take a combination of what's trending with SEO with the combination of what you're already doing, you can have the ability to go viral. But that's, you guys are not guaranteeing that, right? Because you guys have a viral score of 100. So tell me a little bit more about the thinking behind that, right? I think, like I said, when I was introduced to you guys, I thought it was like, oh, go viral. You guys can go viral with Taja, but you're like, hey, there's a combination of things. First, one of them, do you mix in a little luck in there because you need that, right? So,
yeah, there's multiple combos. Like just to go into YouTube specifically, there's two sides to YouTube's algorithm. The first is quality content. So is this like an enjoyable piece of content? And that's analyzed by looking at your watch time. So how much are viewers watching your video? And typically for long form, you want it to be 30% or more. For shorts, you want it to be 90% or more. And then, it's also looking at like your click-through rate. It's looking at your likes, your comments, your overall engagement of the video. And then, so that's one side, quality content. The second side is SEO, which is what we're meant to do. So, and then there's many factors, like is the topic, is your content niche something that's lucrative? Does it have high search within it? Is the topic you're talking about relevant? But even if you're talking about it in a relevant time, is there low competition in that topic niche right now that will affect, how much YouTube recommends your video? So we don't guarantee virality. We guarantee productivity and saving you time by giving you optimized output that is quality and that you could put into your video to help you grow. But there's many factors. Like we've seen videos that you launch initially that we've optimized using Taja on day 1 that has low lift, but then day 90, day 100, it picks up and then it spikes. So it's no telling what the YouTube algorithm is going to do. But what we want to do is save you a bunch of time and put you in the best position to have the best chance to succeed on YouTube.
All right. I'm just going to take a couple more questions here. Then I want to talk about this unique deal here on AppSumo here. Will Taja upload a thumbnail when synced to YouTube channel? That would be great. Dropship Linda. I like that name. So her question is, will Taja upload the thumbnail when synced to a YouTube channel? That would be great. And I think is that when we hit the sync? I think it's when we hit the sync. And does it take it over?
Right now, the sync only does the description and the title. And then once we get out of beta and we're confident that, we've got a kind of a better system for you saying, which thumbnail you like, potentially doing edits to it, that sort of thing, then we'll end up syncing that over. But for right now, when you do sync to YouTube, it's titles, descriptions, and tags, but not the thumbnail.
Yeah, because I think that's what she's talking about here. And I think I read somewhere that YouTube is going to start giving you this A/B testing for thumbnails. What do you guys know about that? Are you guys going to incorporate a little bit of that? Are you going to give us some A/B stuff or?
Yeah, it's kind of already here. So YouTube's going to give you 3 thumbnails that you could upload and test with. So we provide you with 3 outputs of thumbnails that you could have different designs with different, and be able to upload those, take them into Canva and adjust them however you like, but then be able to upload them and test them out. And then what will happen is YouTube is going to pick the winning thumbnail based on how much engagement that thumbnail receives from a click-through rate and then from a watch time perspective.
Okay. All right. So anything else coming down the pipe that you want my exclusively here on the Digital Growth Hacks channel that you can actually share, you feel comfortable sharing, or you're thinking about going into beta? We want some secret juice. We want some secret juice. We want the juice. Hey, don't forget to like. Greg, don't forget the thumbs up this channel. I mean, this video. Go ahead.
Greg, why don't you tell them about view stats?
Sure. Yeah. So this has been a heavily requested thing. is YouTube Studios analytics are, as everybody probably on the call knows, it could take years to understand that stuff. And so right now, in the next couple of days, we'll be launching what we're calling, kind of a growth stats, view stats, like feature where it breaks down your video analytics to the most useful pieces of, how the video is doing, how it's doing relative to other videos. And then as well, we're working on some AI features for being able to dissect, why a video did well or didn't do well. And then how you can basically
Stop. Time out. Are you telling me that it's going to give me an idea of why a video did well? I mean, that's some
we're
juice.
working on that.
Yeah. So exactly what we talked about of like, there's two sides to the YouTube algorithm, there's quality content, all that. Well, we want this feature to be is like, it helps you understand both sides from quality content and SEO. And it helps you dissect, why this video didn't do well based on what YouTube considers good benchmarks. And then it's going to give you dynamic tips that you can implement for this video or future videos that will help your performance.
Ooh. See, you guys heard it here first. Digital Growth Hacks Club. That's what we do here. That's juicy, man. I'm glad I got my tier 4. You guys better get your tier 4. Don't be messing around. So if you are a content creator, right? So let me help the people out as we kind of close out here. We started a little bit late, so we'll probably run over a little bit late. I love talking YouTube, right? And the reason why I love talking YouTube is because YouTube is the new ABC, NBC, CBS, right? There used to only be 3 channels, right? And then you had cable, right? And you had started creating all these other channels. YouTube is the new ABC, CBS. You create your own content. You become a producer of your own shows, right? And that's the new model. And what a lot of people don't know, like I've did some extensive research on Google, right? ABC, because I buy stocks and my clients want me to look over different things. And the more I dug into YouTube, the more I dug into Google, which parent company is Google, the more I dug into YouTube is Google is really only around, right? I brace yourself for this. And a lot of people may already know this. I'm not trying to impress anybody, but 85% of their revenue comes from ads. They're really only in business because of ads, period, right? And if they make 80%, they're going to protect that at all costs. That's why they went so hard at TikTok. They wanted to protect that. They wanted to protect the eyeballs and all that. YouTube is big. And it's like, if you don't have a channel, I think everybody, if you're a content creator, if you don't have YouTube, shame on you, right? If you're a content creator or if you're doing any type of inbound marketing, right? And a lot of times I'll use, and I'm going to give you guys a secret here, right? It's a lot of people get this when they come to my academy or anything like that. And I know I work with Mark and I work with Dee and I work with a couple other people. If you're going to be a marketer, you're either going to be on the ad side, which is the outbound marketing, or you're going to be on the inbound side, which is creativity in creating different videos into your ecosystem. And then you take people out to other elements of things that you actually produce and or sell to other people. And so what's happening is, and they'll tell you now, if you're going to start a channel now, again, you begin with the end in mind. What ultimately do I want to create in my ecosystem or my ecospace? Do I want to create academies? Do I want to create this, whatever? Video is the easiest way to get people into your ecosystem, and using a tool like Taja, right? And even if you don't think you're going to need Taja today, if you are a content creator or trying to create any type of juice to your website, you're going to have to probably incorporate a YouTube or something like that. And then you bring people in and then you take people to these different spaces. What do you guys comments on that as we kind of leave? But once I picked up on that, and once I've seen this exponential growth in the development of my YouTube, my content, and my business. That's why I have 2 channels now, and I have 4 channels. I'm only 2 of them are monetized now, but I get it. I see what's happening.
Sure.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's kind of the bet we took all along when we even started this, is like we understood where the economy was going. And we're under strict or firm conviction that, community, which would be you develop mainly through content creation, without a product is not a sustainable business. And a product without community is not going to grow. So we see a world where these two things are clashing and they need to be working in motion with one another.
That's right.
In order for B2C businesses to be successful in the future. So that's why, it's imperative to, whatever you're doing, create content around it, especially if you're a B2C brand, because we're not in a transactional world anymore. We're in an engagement world. So people might interact with you 7 times before they even buy a product from you. So, but you being there and top of mind all the time is what will lead them to purchasing your product. So we do see a world where these two are simultaneous and they need to work together, or else if they don't, businesses that have one or the other are going to die.
That's good. You got anything you want to add to that, Greg? It seemed like you're kind of poking at the mic.
I mean,
man.
You killed it. No, that was a great answer. Dude, I'll add a little bit to it. But yeah, I mean, you see this. We think the most important people in the next 10 years are all going to be content creators. They're all going to be, have large YouTube audiences, and not only just large, but they're going to have audiences that really value that creator. And so this is what you're seeing with. Okay, so Skims is going to go public. You got, Kim Kardashian, one person is basically the face of this brand, taking it public. You see this with Logan Paul and KSI with Prime. You're going to see the biggest brands in 10 years are all going to be basically individuals or, maybe 2 people at most together on a brand. And so we just think that, content creators are going to have a lot of, leverage and influence in the kind of in that new world. And YouTube's going to be the biggest part of that.
Yeah. I think that's, man. So if you don't have a YouTube channel, I hear a lot of people, oh, I don't want to be on camera. I want faceless. Listen, you can go faceless and make 20 cents or you can go with your face and make 20 grand, right? It's a big difference. And I'm not trying to take it. And listen, you can see my background here. I'm not really finished with it. If you see my background here, this is my office. And when my son left, he went to college and all that. And I told my wife what she wanted to do, right? And let me see if she's all right. So listen, what she wanted to do was, she says, I want to take our son's room and I want to change it and put it, I can put my shopping stuff in there. I was like, we ain't doing that. We're creating a studio, right? We're creating a studio where I can put these videos and stuff together, right? And I said, I got a better idea, right? So what I did was I went out, stripped the entire room out and painted the back wall. A matte color, not bright and all that. And I'm still kind of working with it, right? Putting my little plan up. I got my green screen over here because I do a lot of content creation with videos and creating courses and stuff. But I said, I'm turning it into a studio. I said, now you could join in the studio to talk about shopping, right? To talk about deals, to create your own channel, to cover the cost of that. And she's like, well, I didn't think of that. And I was like, yeah, I thought of that, right? Because we'll be looking at retirement soon and we'd want the residual off the YouTube and all that other stuff. And I told her, I said, we got to be forward thinking. This is what we're doing now. And she's like, man, I never thought of that. And then so we have friends come over now and they're like, dude, you have a YouTube channel? I'm like, dude, this is where it's at. So those of you who are out there who are on the fence about just starting a YouTube channel, just start it, right? Just start it. And I think an excellent tool like Taja is going to speed it up. It takes a lot to start a channel from scratch and you're doing everything laborious. That's what takes the fun out of the creativity. And a lot of people will lose their air and they won't have the juice to create more channels. I mean, they won't have the juice to create more videos because it's labor intensive. But using a tool like Taja, you crank it out. You guys want to add any final thoughts on that before we kind of, go ahead.
I mean, I think if in any piece of content, especially if you're beginning to start and you're trying to understand where you should start, all that type of stuff, there's 3 questions that you should always ask yourself. It's 1, who's your target audience? 2 is like, why are you the right creator? So it's like, what unique perspective do you have that you can offer that no one else can? And then 3 is, what do you want people to take away after viewing your content? So if you're starting out, if you ask yourself those questions and answer them concisely, you increase your likelihood that you'll create a good piece of content. So
we need to get that again. Actually, when I do the chapters on this video, it'll probably point those out anyway. But but can you give me those again for the people out there in the back row or just joining? So appreciate that. So give me that again.
One is, who's your target audience? So who do you want to make this video for? And the second is, why are you the right creator? So what unique perspective do you have that you can offer that no one else can? And then the third is, what do you want people to take away? What do you want people to walk away with after viewing your content?
Nice. So we'll do this last question, and then we'll do this last question. So Mark Rodriguez, he says, can you explain the tiers on AppSumo? And he says it appears as though tier 4 is a no-brainer. I know that, but I'm, I can't be sitting here saying tier 4 is a no-brainer when actually tier 4 is a no-brainer. But
yeah, the tiers are broken down based on the number of videos you're able to access per month. So there's the first tier is 4 videos a month. The second tier is 8 videos a month. The third tier is 12 videos a month. And then the fourth tier is unlimited. So, you're able to just break it down. A lot of people like doing tier 1 to try it out, see how it is, and then they upgrade to tier 4. Mm-hmm. We have not had many people upgrade to like tier 2, tier 3 after trying it out. So it's usually just a straight shot to tier 4.
Oh, it's a tier. It's like a tier 1 to tier 4. Like once they try it out, they're like, oh my goodness. That's what I did. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. When I first got it, I was like, man, let me see what this is. And so what I will say, in all honesty and transparency, and I think you guys both know this, I subscribe to both TubeBuddy and vidIQ. They both give me some different unique things. And I was trying to talk to myself. I was like, do I really need Taja? Well, I subscribe to both of those because I'm a big YouTuber. I do a lot of YouTube work. So I'm wanting different things, wanting different elements. But when I added Taja, I'm like, I added Taja and I instantly felt more motivated. And this is me, this is straight Jenny Jones. I felt more motivated in getting more content out because I can do it a lot quicker. And I'm just being flat out honest with you, right? And so everybody knows who those are. And there's things that I don't like about. There's things I don't like about either one of those yet, right? There's things I don't like. Taja, I found everything that I need in that tool that I really like. You guys haven't come across something that I don't like. I think now if you can go into Canva and do all of my stuff for me and save me those extra 5 minutes, then we'll be cooking with Crisco. But other than that, I really love Taja. I really do. I got it. I think I was one of the first ones on the bandwagon that says, hey, you guys got to check this tool out. If you're a YouTuber, content creator, you must be on this tool. I think I talked Tallboy into it. And he's like, man, I got to get Taja. I was like, hey, get it. Because it's ta-da. And everything's already ready. So anyway, you guys got any last minute comments before we kind of close this and see if I'm missing any other juicy questions you guys want to close out with anything?
Main thing is, if you want to purchase it on AppSumo, you're going to be able to, purchase the first code. So tier 1, and then be able to access Taja within. But if you want to upgrade to tier 4, you just have to come back and purchase it on AppSumo, and then that's a manual upgrade. So you'll email me your code stack along with the email associated with your Taja account, and then we'll reply back with a confirmation of your upgrade.
So most people that do buy from AppSumo, you're either going to do the codes or you're going to do the tiers. And most codes, I would say 75% of most codes are anywhere between 50 to 75% they're manual when you do the codes. The tiers are kind of automatic on the back end and it's doing some different things. So if you guys didn't know that, mostly when you see your codes, it almost is a manual process on the back end. But I'm telling you now, you're just going to get the plan 4 and get out of there, right? Get the plan 4, get out of there. You buy the plan 1 if you want to, but you're going to find yourself getting the 4 plan automatically. Any last thoughts there, Greg, as we kind of close it out here?
No, I mean, appreciate Jenny, you having us on. Appreciate everybody in the audience for tuning in. And, yeah, I mean, we would love to have people's feedback. When you come through that support chat, you're talking to the two people on the, to both even myself. So we're a small team, but we rely heavily on people's feedback. That stuff is very important. So appreciate anybody, that comes in, and we would love to get, thoughts on how we can make it better. And we got a lot planned for 2024. So yeah, appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate you guys for joining. Thank you guys when I asked you, I was like, are they going to join or they're not? And a lot of people are reluctant to join. They're like, oh, they're going to set me up and do. Listen, if anybody knows me, I know all of the members who follow me, they know I'm not about that business. I really want you guys to do well. I want you guys to be successful. Well, because I'm an indirect investor, right? At the tier 4 level, at the plan forward. So I want you guys to do well. And I'm putting my name behind the actual product because I use it. I'm like, hey, I want this to go well. So you guys, hey, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Give me some juice on this, right? We'll use the Taja algorithm in the back when I go ahead and bring this down and put some chapters to it, right? And you'll see the power of Taja once I finish this up and bring it into the studio. Put the Taja magic, sprinkle some of that on it, and then get the chapters and all that stuff going. You guys have been great. I appreciate that. You guys, Ibram and Greg, I look forward to having many more conversations with you guys. And if you guys want to come back on and do something, talk about your new algorithm and stuff like that, do a hot walkthrough, and let's walk through and see what it does. I'll probably just do that for the community only. I won't do a full-blown live stream. We'll keep that at a small cluster of my members only. That way we don't want any of the 5,000-pound gorillas or anything like that to find out what's going on. If you want to do something for a small intimate, we'll do that live, and we'll walk through it for those who have the Taja. And I don't know if you use my code or not, because my code is very unique. No, I'm just kidding. No. So hey, you guys pick it up. I love Taja. I highly recommend this tool. I highly recommend the code 4, even if you're going to upgrade it or walk through the different tiers. But more than likely, you're going to end up with a code 4. Again, this has been Jenny Jones. Any last words? Everybody's good?
Mm-hmm.
Going into 2024?
All good to go. Thank you so much for having us on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, you guys. Hey, make sure you guys get us thumbs up, and I'm gonna put the Taja magic on this, and we're gonna see what happens with this video as well. Hey, you guys have been great. You guys take care. Have an awesome 2024. I got something really big planned for you guys. I'm not even gonna reveal it yet, but it's scary. That's all I can say is it's scary, but it's always for my peeps. It's always for my members. But you guys take care. Until next time. Goodbye for now.
All right, take care. Bye.
All right,
bye.